and good morning, sixth graders. Today is Monday, December 14th. Today is going to be a little longer of a video just because I want to make sure that you understand what the plan is for the week. Instead of having a final exam this semester, I'm going to have you do a final project. So this is going to still be worth 100 points. So make sure that you take your time, you're thorough in what you are doing. Ask me questions if you have them. But let me get into what the project is. So here is your topic for the day under the classwork tab. You can see quite a bit of information. First things first, you do not have a science notebook once again. So don't worry about doing that. However, here's where you're going to be watching the video you're currently watching. This is where you're going to find the link to the Google Doc that I'm about to go over, and then I will get to these two questions. They'll make more sense after I explain the project. So, after you click on the semester one review project, this is what the Google Doc looks like. So it says, in order to review semester one, we'll be completing a project in place of the final exam. Please choose one of the following options to complete no later than Friday, December 18th. So that is this coming Friday. Make sure you have everything that I need you to upload done by Friday, because then we are going on Christmas break after that. This project will be a total of 100 points, like I've already mentioned. So please do your best and be thorough. The expectation is much higher since you will have all week to complete it. I will have a much higher standard here because you are given more time. If it were just a one-day project, obviously there's still a high standard, but I am expecting much more research and for you to be much more thorough since you have the entire week to do it. So how are you going to choose what you want to do? Here are your topics. No matter what project you choose, you must choose one of these 4 topics. You have some freedom here to choose either chapter 1, 2, 3, or 4. I know some of you enjoyed earlier in the year when we talked about motion, energy, those types of things, maybe more so than waves or sound and light. That is up to you. Okay, you can choose whichever chapter you want. So if you wanted to choose chapter 1, that's perfectly fine. Then after you choose your topic or your chapter, then you have 2 options. You have either option 1 to work through the scientific inquiry and do an experiment with that topic. So for example, again, if I decide to choose chapter 1, which is describing motion, I could do, for example, speed. And then I could test the speed of different Hot Wheel cars. Okay, that could be a scientific inquiry. And I could, for example, have those Hot Wheel cars go down a ramp and be calculating how long it takes them to get down that ramp, having different variables. Remember what we talked about at the beginning of the year with independent and dependent variables. Now, you need to make sure that you understand that the scientific inquiry includes A through G here. Okay, obviously A I added to it, but what you will do after you choose your topic, and if you want to choose option 1, let's take a look at what your requirements are. It says choose an activity or experiment that requires you to work through the scientific inquiry. Then record your activity on Google Classroom. So that brings me to, if I hop back over here to Google Classroom, that brings me to these questions here. So it says, what are you going to use for your semester 1 topic? So if I click on that, it says, which topic are you going to use? It's a multiple choice question. You just need to choose chapter 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, moving on, if you then click on this one, it says, which option are you going to choose? Option 1, which is what we're talking about right now, or option 2. If you choose option 1, you need to explain on this post what the experiment that you are going to complete is. So if we use my example, since I chose topic 1, which is describing motion, then I would say I'm going to be testing how fast Hot Wheels can go down a ramp. And you would need to make a hypothesis, similar to what we did with the paper airplane lab at the very beginning of the year. Do not do that exact experiment. You've already done that. So do something different, get creative with that. Now, let's talk about option 2. Option 2, if I hop back over to the Google Doc, is right here. It says option 2, research paper. So again, you're going to be choosing a topic, either chapter 1, 2, 3, or 4. But instead of doing an experiment, you are simply going to be typing a one-page paper, size 12 font and single space. It says you must include the following in your research paper. So A through E. You are going to act as though you are the teacher. You are going to be teaching the topic. You may use your textbook to help. You may use the internet to help. But please, it's very obvious to me when you copy and paste or write word for word what the textbook says. So please use your own brain and be thorough. Since you've already learned it once, you should have some background information about it. But obviously, I want you to go back and refresh your memory by looking at the textbook. That's why I'm having you choose between those chapters, so I know for a fact that you may use the textbook to review before you just start typing randomly. It says you're going to write a detailed description of your topic as if you were the teacher, a description of what we completed in class. So you're going to tell me, what did we do in class to review this topic, whether it be a lab, whether it be just some worksheets. I don't know. What did we do in class to review that topic? A description of what activities you would have completed if you were the teacher, and you can get into detail about that. And examples of how your topic is used in day-to-day life. So why does it matter? So that is option 2. Okay, so option 1, you're choosing an experiment. You're making a Google slide talking about the scientific inquiry. Again, very similar to what you did with the paper airplane lab, but you get to choose the topic. And you also, for option 1, I missed this part, you need to make sure you include the video of yourself explaining how it went and what happened. Okay, so 2 different parts there for option 1. I would encourage you to choose option 1, but of course I wanted to give you some options here. So if you wanted to do 2, you can still earn all 100 points. But option 1, I think, is a little bit more of a challenge to use your creativity. So you have all week to work on this. So please ask me questions. Don't wait until Thursday to get it done. You do not have any quizzes this week. It's all this project. I'm going to, again, be very thorough in grading this. So 100 points, you have to earn them. I will be posting daily videos still, making sure to answer any questions that you might email me. So please do so.